Welcome back everyone to the Fide World Chess Championships between Gukesh and Liren. Here Gukesh plays as white pieces beginning with d4, which is the queen's pawn opening, and then comes knight to f6. Knight comes to f3, d5 and then c4. Here comes e6. This position is quite similar to the queen's gambit, the client variation, where Gukesh captures the pawn, black captures back, and then knight comes out to c3. c6 on the board, adding a defender to this pawn. Here comes queen to c2 controlling this diagonal. g6 on the board. There are too many intentions of playing g6. One is to take the bishop to g7 and develop the bishop and can castle further. The other one is to take out the bishop to f5 attacking the queen. Here comes extreme. Bishop f5 attacking the queen as we expected. Queen comes to b3 attacking this pawn. So now this pawn is under attack. Liren offers a queen trade by queen to b6. Here comes the response g4. g4 is the best response because if white chooses to exchange the queens, then black will capture and black will have an open file also. So g4 attacking the bishop. Here Liren chooses to take the queen, means the queen trade. White captures back and now white is having a open file for the rook. This g4 pawn is attacking the bishop as well. Here bishop comes to c2 on the board attacking this pawn. Now bishop comes to f4, which is the best move found by Gukesh. Now if you think that this pawn can be captured by black, then that's going to be a biggest blunder. Why is that the biggest blunder? Because if black captures, then knight can come to d2, which will be attacking this bishop. And if the bishop comes over here, then over here the very easiest response can be rook to c1. Bishop can go over here and then f3. The bishop is trapped. So this was the plan for Gukesh. And otherwise, after knight d2, if Liren does not place bishop over here and place bishop to c4, then white can capture back, and if it captures back, then here he can play e3 attacking this pawn with the bishop. Now if you think that there is a response like b5, right? Okay, b5, then there is a knight sacrifice also. Knight takes on it. If black takes it, then bishop comes to g2 attacking this rook. So this is going to be the best variation for Gukesh, and Gukesh will absolutely win this game. Anyways, Liren does not allow this, and Liren plays x5 on the board attacking this pawn. Here comes the response, rook to g1. Gukesh played very smartly over here because he is not even taking it, because if it takes, then black can capture back and the bishop will have a way to go back. So rook to g1 and then black takes, white takes back, and then knight to d7. Liren spent 30 minutes on this and he's now having only 53 minutes, and Gukesh is having 1 hour. That is more than even 1 hour more. So Liren is going to face time pressure. Knight to d2, adding a defender to this pawn, and then comes rook to g8. The main plan is that this bishop is already going to be trapped, so Liren thought that he can play g5 attacking this bishop and can have a space for the bishop. Here comes g5 on the board attacking this knight, knight x5 attacking this bishop, and then here comes bishop to x2. Rook h8, he can remove the knight over here and can attack this bishop. That's the main plan. But Gukesh plays f3 on the board, and you know what is the plan? The plan is to trap the bishop. Here comes knight to g7, bishop to g3. Here comes rook to x5. This is a mistake over here. Why this is a mistake? Here rook to x5 allowed white to attack towards the center and to trap the bishop. Otherwise, he could have tried playing bishop to e7 and can attack this pawn, right? Anyways, he played rook h5. Here comes e4. This is a great move attacking towards the center, and now you have to look towards this bishop. This bishop is having no safe squares. So this means that the bishop is going to be trapped. Anyways, black takes, white takes back, and then knight to e6. Here comes rook to c1. Why this is a great move? Because the bishop is trapped. Now you might be thinking that knight can capture this, right? Okay, knight captures back, attacking this bishop. Sorry, defending the bishop. Now the bishop is defended. Here comes bishop to f2, attacking this knight. Bishop comes to g7. You might be thinking that white can capture this, black captures, and then he can capture this. No, because the bishop is attacking this rook. So, in other ways, he have to play bishop g2 and he can take this pawn. And knight captures and he can defend this bishop. Anyways, this position will become equal. So, it's not a better variation. Instead, over here, Gukesh played a brilliant move, knight to e2. This is a great move. Why this is a great move? Because he is now putting pressure towards the knight. And here black cannot try to equalize the position also. Here knight takes on the b3 pawn, attacking the rook. As you can see, rook takes on bishop, knight takes on d2, and then it is very important for white to capture from the king. Otherwise, here if he captures from the rook, right? Now if he captures from the rook, then he have knight to e5. Knight e5 which will be having a lot of attacks. That is knight to f3 giving check and creating forks also. So it's not a better option to capture back by the rook, and instead Gukesh captured back from the king. Now king captures, knight comes to e5, and then he is think Liren is going to attack like this, creating a fork. So knight to d4, blocking this fork, and then comes rook d8, pinning this, so that black can play knight over here, giving check. King to e2, and then comes rook to x2 on the board. Now rook to x2, pinning this bishop. Black can capture this because white will not capture this, otherwise there is a check. So that was the main motive of playing rook x2. Bishop g2, blocking this threat, a6 on the board, and then b3. Here comes rook to d7. Now Think Liren is having 8 minutes 21 seconds on the clock. Here comes rook to c1, king e7, and then rook to d1 on the board. Now comes king e8. He spent more than 5 minutes on this move. Now he is having only 1 minute 50 seconds on the clock, and he is going to face further time pressure. Here comes bishop to g3, attacking the knight and the bishop. So comes rook to x5, and then knight to f3, offering a trade of knights. Here knight takes, king takes back, and then bishop comes to d4, attacking this rook. Now think Liren is having only 1 minute on the clock. Meanwhile, Gukesh is having 10 minutes. Here comes rook x1, offering a trade. Rook takes on the pawn. That was not a better option. But you must notice one more thing. Think Liren is having only 9 seconds on the clock. Here comes bishop to x3, attacking this rook. And now the rook is under attack. Think Liren has to think for the great move in just 9 seconds. Because if he will try to play rook anywhere, then this bishop will gone. So the move comes f5 on the block. Now f5 blocking this attack. Here comes bishop to x4, attacking this rook. Rook comes to x5, and then Think Liren loses with timeout. Also in this position there are many further variations. Here white can capture this pawn which will be attacking this, and if black captures then he can capture the rook, right? So in all the variations Gukesh was winning the game. Here Think Liren loses on time, and that's the result of the game. Gukesh wins.